Which supermodel stars in Billy Joel's Uptown Girl music video? Christy Brinkley, then Billy Joel's partner, stars in Uptown Girl, embodying the song's narrative contrast between different social worlds. Whose original work did Cheap Trick cover in Don't Be Cruel? And Cheap Trick's rendition of Don't Be Cruel brought Elvis Presley's classic back into the spotlight, proving successful enough to become their third top 10 hit following the triumph of The Flame. Which famous musician played guitar on Across the River by Bruce Hornsby and the Range? Jerry Garcia contributed his guitar skills to Across the River, adding a distinctive touch to Bruce Hornsby and the Range's track. What imagery is central to the music video for Bruce Springsteen's Glory Days? The Glory Days video by Bruce Springsteen features a nostalgic baseball game, echoing the song's theme of reminiscing about youth and former glories. What metaphor is central to Jackson Browne's Fountain of Sorrow? Fountain of Sorrow uses the metaphor of a fountain of light and sorrow to explore themes of love's illusion and reality. In Jennifer Warren's version of First We Take Manhattan, what unique element opens and closes the track? Spoken German passages shape distinct moments at the track's beginning and end, adding to its depth. Who wrote The Simple Things performed by Joe Cocker? The Simple Things was penned by the collective talents of John Shanks, Phil Roy, and Rick Nair. It reached a peak position of number 17 on the UK singles chart. What was the recording site for John Mellencamp's Paper and Fire in 1987? John Mellencamp's Paper and Fire was recorded at Belmont Mall Studio. It contributed to the album's distinctive sound. Which musical instrument's effect is featured prominently in Linda Ronstadt's Long, Long Time? Pedal steel guitar, with its electronic Goodlettsville string quartet effect, was used to create a haunting sound in Ronstadt's rendition. Who organized the tribute concert for Lowell George, founding member of Little Feat? Members of Little Feat and their friends organized the Lowell George tribute concert. George's influence as the band's founder was honored through collaborative performances and support for his family. Which song was part of Pat Benatar's set list at the 1982 U.S. Festival? At the 1982 U.S. Festival, Pat Benatar performed No You Don't, among other hits. The festival was known for its wide array of rock performances during its multi-day schedule. What is the B-side to Robert Plant's Ship of Fools single released in the U.S.? And Billy's Revenge was the B-side to Robert Plant's Ship of Fools single in the U.S., complementing the main track with its rock vibe. Who co-wrote Sometimes It's a Bitch from Stevie Nicks' 1991 album Time Space? John Bon Jovi and Billy Falcon co-wrote Stevie Nicks' 1991 single, blending influences from various collaborators. Which model inspired Bob Seger's song Hollywood Nights? Model Cheryl Tiegs inspired the lyrics of Bob Seger's Hollywood Nights. Her image on a Time magazine cover influenced Seger's storytelling about youthful adventures in L.A. What inspired the lyrics for Foreigner's Jukebox Hero? Inspired by encounters with both a persistent fan and Lou Graham's own memories, Jukebox Hero illustrates the allure of rock stardom sparked by hearing music from outside a sold-out concert. Who originally wrote Who Will You Run To, the Heart single that reached number 7 on the Billboard Hot 100 in the U.S.? Diane Warren wrote Heart's hit that peaked at number 7 on the Billboard Hot 100. This was part of their successful streak in the late 1980s. In which year and city was Solitary Man recorded live by Neil Diamond for a BBC broadcast? Neil Diamond's Solitary Man was performed live in 1971 during a BBC session in London, a broadcast capturing his early hit catalog. In which venue was Peter Frampton's I Can't Stand It No More recorded live in 1979? Peter Frampton recorded I Can't Stand It No More live at the Oakland Auditorium in 1979, a key venue during his Where I Should Be tour. Which instrument is played by Eddie Van Halen on Sammy Hagar's 1987 track Give to Live? In Sammy Hagar's 1987 track, Eddie Van Halen traded his guitar prowess for bass duties, maintaining his rock credentials with backing vocals. Who originally performed the duet with Stevie Nicks on her song Leather and Lace? Leather and Lace features Don Henley as the original duet partner with Stevie Nicks. The song remains a staple in Nicks's discography and captures her intimate lyricism and melodic style.